When you think of nature parks, you typically think of enjoying the beauty of the plants and the wildlife in the area. For those with physical limitations, having a lack of accessibility can prevent them from enjoying Alachua County's natural scenery. Along with Don Barnes, spokesperson and disability advocate for the Center for Independent Living, I visited Sweetwater Wetlands to discover just how accessible the park is. Barnes says it's important for people with disabilities to be involved in conversations about inclusion.
That's something that does have impact in our world as we try to be included in the community along with everybody else. So it's very important for people with different kinds of disabilities to be involved in the process.
Jeffrey Parks, the nature operations supervisor of Gainesville's Parks and Rec, says that the park was not very accessible upon its establishment in 2015.
In order to get between the boardwalks that were there, one had to go across a stretch of gravel that was very coarse and was not friendly to people in wheelchairs, but also even people who weren't disabled per se, but the elderly who maybe had a little bit more mobility limitation were also struggling with that. And we heard feedback about that very quickly.
Parks also says improvements have been made to the park pathways since its opening.
They were able to add some fine crushed concrete and mix that in and then recompact it, and that basically made it a surface that's more or less like as close as we could to a sidewalk without having it be paved. And that was initially just between the boardwalk that you come in on and connected to the boardwalk that goes out into the wetland cell, and that's where the majority of visitors, if they come out to the park just for a short period of time, that's where a lot of the visitors go.
In addition to paving the pathways, they were able to purchase equipment to facilitate mobility around the park.
So when we opened Sweetwater Wetlands Park, they purchased a utility vehicle. It's a John Deere Gator that has 3 passenger seats. And so we're able to provide mobility assistance for up to 3 people.
Barnes says the Center for Independent Living is happy to help organizations better accommodate individuals with disabilities.
Absolutely. We really love our community relationships and our partnerships. That's what makes the entire community of Gainesville work well. And we're as a disability resource center, we're available to any organization in the community that has questions or concerns having to do with disability.
Parks says the city appreciates any input concerning the nature parks of Gainesville.
We'd love to get feedback from anybody in the community who would be able to help give us some guidance on how we can make some of these parks more accessible for everybody.
Drew Dees, WUFT News.